Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about the 38th week of the year 2021. And this is from the 13th till the 19th of September 2021. And it's based on Moon's transit, that is Moon's movement, interaction with all the planets, all the houses, all the nakshatras one by one. So Moon's transit is very important. That's the reason we consider Moon's importance in the sky, because it's the closest and it waxes and wanes, and so does our moods, isn't it? So that's why it is very essential to know, understand Moon's transit and how is it interacting with all of us. So this week we have a couple of things, very important events which are happening as well. And Moon is going to be in Scorpio sign from 12th, 13th and 14th, 15th in Sagittarius. 16th, 17th and 18th half day, first half, it will be in Capricorn sign. And then on the half day, latter half, as well as on the 19th, will be in Aquarius sign. So this week is actually a very important week for one. Jupiter is going to be getting retrograde and demoted in the sign of Capricorn again, will be conjunct Saturn. And Saturn is changing Navmansha. From Taurus, it's going back to Aries Navmansha, and it's going to be there till 7th of November. When it gets direct on in October, then it is going to be in Aries Navmansha in retrogression, and then it goes direct, and it's going to be in Aries Navmansha again in the direct motion as well. Then Sun enters Virgo sign, so that is also very, very important transits on the 17th of October, 17th of September to the 17th of October. Very important. Again, I'll make a separate video of the same. Rahu Ketu are changing Navmansha. Rahu is changing nakshatra, not Ketu. I'm taking the true notes. That's why you will find it quite weird that, why I'm saying that Rahu is changing his nakshatra. That is from Rohini, it is going backwards to Kritika. So that is why, because I take the true notes. It's happening actually in the mean way. If you take the mean notes, then it's happening in October. And we have Ganesha Virsarjan on the 19th of September. So Rahu Ketu will be changing Navmansha and Rahu only the nakshatra on the 19th of September, and will be there in this Navmansha and nakshatra till the 5th of January. So I will be next year. So I will be sharing with you the and it is going to be in the padas of Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn in this particular Taurus sign, and then will be in one pada will be in Aries sign. So because it goes in reverse. So that again, requires a lot of attention. So I'll be making a separate video of Rahu's transiting through the Kritika Nakshatra, detailed one again with the Nakshatra movement. What does this mean? And then of course the Navmansha also. I will be sharing with you in detail about that. And to understand transits, basically, you should check your planetary positions in your birth chart and your natal chart, and see where Moon is transiting that day. If Moon is transiting in the 6, 8 or 12 houses, or 4th, 8 or 12 houses, so from your natal Moon, so that would be a little uncomfortable kind of a day. 2 days, 2 quarter days, but not the whole 2 quarter days will be uneasy, because Moon stays in a particular Navmansha for 6 hours. So you can feel the moods swings only for maximum 6 hours. Then you change. Generally, it's seen that way. Then we can narrow it down to other divisional charts, and then we can narrow it down to 2.5 hours also. But yes, Moon is going to be in debility to start with. So that is where, you feel a little uncomfortable because of Moon's, in the debilitation sign. So that gives you that inner anger, some latent fear also. And you feel that, you want to harness the energies, in a very positive manner. You're trying hard. So that is when Moon is in Scorpio. So in Sagittarius, you feel that, you become a little more to yourself. You want to be more on the exploring side. You want to just, you're getting bored and you want to go out. Maybe you want to meet people. You want to be having that kind of spiritual pursuits also. You want to be in that, you regain the strength to communicate with people also. In Capricorn, when moon is, so that is the time you feel like, to yourself again, but and not listening to others. You feel that, everybody is trying to bulldoze your feelings and not understanding you. That's where, moon is in this Capricorn sign. Also, you want to start something new, something fresh, some religious activity also you can take, or religious place you visit. That is also when moon is in the Capricorn sign. You are actually afraid to start some new business venture or new career. That is something which you avoid when moon is in the 10th house. But because you are very emotional, so you might take wrong decisions. Lastly, moon will be in Aquarius sign, so you feel quite social. You want to get involved in the social activities. You want to be more towards doing some charities, joining some business organizations, some charitable institutes. You visit, you look at the bigger picture on the larger scale you want to work. So all those are, or you are very innovative, you're very creative also. So that is when moon is in the Aquarius sign. So this is these are the highlights of the week. I've made a detailed video on Jupiter's transiting through the Capricorn sign in demotion, instability, conjunct Saturn. So you can go and watch that video, because this is a very important video again, because Rahu is and Jupiter, they are in mutual aspect. And Rahu is also looking at Mars, and Jupiter is also aspecting this Mars. So there is a mixed kind of an energy, which is really, globally going to be impacting all of us. So it's a very, very important video. Please do go and watch that. And I'll be sharing the link also here. And of course, Sun and Rahu videos, of course, need attention. So I'll be making them up again separately. In the separate video. And we have Ganesha Virsarjan. So we have to bid a bye to Ganesha, Lord Ganesha. So do the chants Om Ganganapatahe Namo Namaha. It's not Gan, it's Gang. So G-U-N-G. Chant that. And definitely the prosperity, good health, and lots of abundance and peace is coming your way when he is blessing us all and leaving. And he's not going forever. He's going to be back next year. So with that, we should bid him bye. Okay. So don't worry if you feel sad bidding him bye. Though I also have that, that vacuum is there. But don't worry. I wait for him the whole year long, because I know he will be back again in our lives, in our homes, and will bless us again. All right. So let me share the screen and start doing the predictive. Okay, so for Aries people, this transit of moon in your 8th house to start with is little uncomfortable kind of a feeling, because it is going to be in your 8th, 9th, 10th, and lastly the 11th, because 19th is the 11th sign also in the 11th house. So that will be bringing about some kind of disturbance in your, some uneasiness, towards the beginning of the week. On the 13th, 12th and 13th only, you will feel that you want to just be in yourself. You feel that there are certain, some kind of uneasiness, because you have given that power to somebody else. You feel, because it's Ketu also, which is here. So you become very unreasonable with people. You feel that you're very obsessed with people, with your beloved especially, or with the people around you. And then you start expecting, because you feel that why the others are not paying attention to me. See, you are a very, I would say a very impulsive kind of a sign. Aries people are very impulsive to make decisions, and they get very emotional also, because in the natural zodiac, 4th house is ruled by moon. So you're very emotional about your family as well. So what happens? You're very possessive. If somebody is going to be giving you some kind of, a cold shoulder, then you get little uncomfortable here, because you want people to be more attached to you. You want people to be more affectionate towards you. So this also indicates that you have to put little extra effort here, because Ketu detaches you from your family, from your, people around you. Your emotions get triggered up very easily. And definitely, you will be thinking about finances, you'll be thinking about other people's money here, and you will be having some kind of fear phobias as well during this time. So you have to be more towards self-healing. You need to remember that this all these things, whatever is happening, is temporary. You have to actually maneuver yourself. And any kind of physical, emotional, or spiritual kind of healing which is required, you should be actually paying more attention during this time. There are some undercurrents, some deepening, experiences that you will be having. Then Moon will be in your Sagittarius sign in the ninth house. So this will give you, completeness. This wants you to do things, get immersed in yourself, where you do things for yourself and for others also. These are actually, not going to lead to only the short distance thinking. You're going to be feeling and thinking about the bigger picture, how you can maneuver things towards better, how you can make things better in your life. You're very much towards philosophical long distance journeys. You're more towards freedom. You're feeling that you want to have some higher learning. You want to learn something new. Maybe you will be going in for some courses, or you'll be going out for dinner, or you're going to be having some kind of interaction with the people who are very learned during this time. Maybe you will meet somebody, who actually, helps you, because Moon is hemmed between Saturn and Ketu, not to forget that. So what happens when Moon is under, the maleficence of these two planets? So wherever your Sagittarius sign is, in the chart, so this will definitely be there. Moon will be hemmed between malefics. So this will give you search for the truth, search for the meaning of life. This is actually the house of believing, okay, house of the believer. So you feel that whatever, your emotional connections during this time may be prompting you to ask, what do I believe? And every month, this kind of transit actually, changes or restructures everything. Whenever Moon is transiting through this zone, you feel that you want to just, have a leap ahead. You want to believe whatever is your strength, and you want to convince and convert yourself, towards better. Okay, so that is something which is, again, for maybe you will be reading a book, maybe you will be going in for a philosophical lesson, you will be very intuitive. So that optimism is quite high during this time, because Moon in Sagittarius sign, because Jupiter exalts in Moon sign, so Moon is very happy in Sagittarius sign any which ways. Then Moon will be transiting through these 10th house of yours, and this will be giving you some kind of ambience which will trigger your emotions. Saturn is already there. Jupiter is also coming back to this sign by the time in Capricorn, 16th, 17th, 18th half day, Moon is going to be here. So you will have more the merrier kind of a feeling, here, because Jupiter is also the abundance, and this will give you a lot of connectivity with your emotional bent of mind that you have, and also with the people around you. You will be able to understand them better. You will be maybe, giving more attention to your work. You will be giving more attention to the people around you, and this will lead to some kind of, some kind of balance which is going to be happening here, because you have Saturn and Jupiter, both expansive and contractive energies, both of them in this zone. So you will feel that, there is some restriction also, some freedom also at the place of work. You feel like doing things. At the same time, you feel that, no, I really don't want that laid back kind of an attitude also you're having. But definitely a very positive week for you for 2 reasons. That is, Jupiter is in your Kendra, and there's a Sastri Yoga already with the Saturn, and there's a Neecha Bhanga also forming in your 10th house zone. Also, this Venus is being aspected by this Jupiter, and by this Mercury and Mars are being aspected by this Jupiter, and also, there is the health issues that you were having, career, finances, they're going to get a little better for you. although you have made merry when Jupiter was in Aquarius, but yes, this is going to give you name and fame with Jupiter coming back to your 10th house zone. And financials, of course, they are going to be little up and down because Rahu energy is in your second house. So don't go in for befooling people. Go in for the righteous path. You can maybe, you have that bent of mind where, you want to make money by hook or by crook. Don't do that. Okay, don't befool people. Jupiter was trying to, actually maneuver you to do things in a right way. But now Jupiter and Rahu are actually, interacting with each other. So don't let the Rahu energy take over. All right. And Venus, as it is aspected by Saturn, and Mars is aspected by this Jupiter. So that is also going to be really a good transit for you, because Jupiter is going to be looking at this zone. And then lastly, Moon will be in your Aquarius sign for a day, that is 19th this week. Then next week, of course, also it will be here. So you will be enjoying this week with your friends. Maybe you will be having some gala time, socializing with people. So enjoy this week. And in case you have to go in for the Ganpati Virsarjan, so you can do it, and please keep chanting the Om Ganganpataye Namo Namaha for 108 times every day. If you can't do it every day, at least for on Wednesdays and Sundays, you can chant those. Sun is going to be entering your 6th house zone, and Rahu will be changing the NAKSHATRA also. So I will be making a separate video of that, and I'll be explaining things. Okay, so this is it for the Aries people. So coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. So to Taurus people, Moon will be transiting your 7th, 8th, and 9th, and lastly the 10th house. So the problem with you people is that whenever Moon is in debility, the very next day, after 2 quarter days, it enters the 8th house. So double the impact. What happens? Moon, as it is in the 7th house, is debilitated and then moves into the 8th house. So the Moon's transit actually, gives you a lot of uneasiness in relationship. Every time when Moon is here in the zone, once Moon will be conjunct Ketu, once Moon will be conjunct with Rahu also, Saturn, and Mars also. So what happens when Moon is interacting with the malefics? It loses its, emotional power. It loses its, the way it should actually behave or interact with people. So what happens, with Ketu, it detaches you. You feel quite indifferent with people. You feel that, you're not able to convey your mindset the way you wish to convey. You're not able to. There is a lot of distant kind of a relationship. Feeling great compassion for human condition. That is something, you should give a hug to your partner, or maybe you want to give some kind of emotional, whatever the pathos the partner is going through, you need to give that comfort to that person, or you need to really understand that partner of yours during this time. You do feel that there is some kind of lack of harmony, some kind of balance missing in that relationship, lack of security. So that is also quite likely. So that emotional connection that you have to actually build, you have to put that effort here, because Ketu energy is a detaching energy undoubtedly. And in the 8th house, of course, in Sagittarius, it is hem between malefics. So yours is 8th house, any which ways, you feel that there is a lot of undercurrent, some unreasonable exclusion. You feel that there is something which is, trying to possess you, something which is trying to emotionally drain you. You feel that you're not in that frame of mind where you want to interact with people. This is also about the joint finances or other people's money. So there may be some emotional triggers involving people you owe money, or the vice versa. Maybe somebody comes and gives you the money, or you have to really put a lot of effort to extract that money from that person. You see, it's the house of rebirth and regeneration. So this can lead to self-healing efforts if you want to understand what exactly you are here for. Any kind of physical, emotional, or spiritual healing that really is required, you should be going in for that. Some deepening, some undercurrent of energy, you will feel during this time. You will feel that there is some type of self-protective energy. And people actually you feel are not understanding you. That is also leading to a lot of problems during this time when moon is in the eighth house. And as it is, there is Ketu and Saturn energy here. Saturn is retrograde, so it is sort of approaching towards this moon. So you feel quite you should actually be more meticulous in your jobs. You should be more disciplined. You should spend more time during this phase to actually be disciplined. Don't procrastinate. Do the things that are assigned to you so that you are in that zone where you sail through. Health issues can come up when moon is in the eighth house. Mental health or some kind of allergies you can have. Eat right kind of food, eat light. We do have moon conjunct Saturn and Jupiter, because Jupiter will also be transiting through by the time moon is in the Capricorn sign. So on the 14th, as it is, Jupiter is going to be in your ninth house. So this is an expansive energy, I would say, very good time, because your luck is in your favor. Whatever said and done, moon transiting through these 5 days would be not that great, I know. But finally you understand that Saturn, your Yogakara Graha, is by yourself. It's supportive or supporting you, because whatever work you're doing, it is actually giving you that kind of energy also to complete that job, or to see the right path. So this Saturn is helping you as well. And then Jupiter is also transiting your ninth house from your 10th house. So definitely this is also supporting you in a way. So whatever said and done, because Jupiter is coming to its own zone. Ninth house is its own zone. So it is an expansive, bigger picture. You will get a lot of clarity when Jupiter transits through the ninth house of yours. And with moon also going to be there, it's a Gajakeshari yoga also. So this is definitely going to be giving you a lot of energy to think about financials, to think clearly about what you want in life. Forget the first 5 days, but move ahead, because then moon is going to be in your 10th and 11th houses as well. So you're going to be thinking about growth. You're thinking about your profession, your career. You might be making some decisions regarding your workplace this week. Some major decisions are coming your way, because Jupiter, major transit is happening. Rahu is going to be in Kritika Nakshatra. True notes, as I take true notes. So Rahu is going to be in Kritika Nakshatra. Sun is going to be changing signs. So your trines are having a lot of energy. So make the best use of this week and the next week as well. So do the Ganesha chant, Om Ganganapataye Namo Namaha, because there is Ganesh Virsarjan also on the 19th. So you will definitely feel so much of energy, so much of power. You will forget that moon is in the 7th or the 8th house or whatever, the negatives. You will forget everything, because Lord Ganesha gives us so much of intellect, so much of clarity, and so much of abundance, and lots and lots of peace. So if you want all that, do the chant, I'm sure. If you can't do it regularly, start with a day. Start with one day, 108 times. Then do it for 2 days next week. Then next to next week, start doing for three days a week. So like that, increase it gradually, and then do it every day, 108 times. It doesn't take too much, but definitely some effort is required if you want to really sail through these phases. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that's Gemini. So for Gemini natives, moon is going to be in your 6th house, 7th house, 8th house, and lastly the 9th house. So sixth house transit is basically, with Ketu. So whenever moon is in Rahu Ketu axis, there's a lot of anxiety, some health issue, you can come across. But it is also good for making some organized, meticulous regime, fitness regime, or maybe some sports, some activity. You can enhance your, health. You can maybe go in for some checkups, health checks. So all that is very positive. Maybe some kind of calendar planning, what you want to do in future, how you are going to be performing in the future, coming days, about your finances, about other people's money, because it's the eighth sign. After all, moon is debilitated here. So this will give you all those energies as well. But moon and Ketu gives anxiety. So whatever you will do, you will be very anxious to start with. That is on the 12th and the 13th. Though this is, of course, from the 13th this week, but moon was in Scorpio last week also. So 14th, 15th, moon is going to be in Sagittarius in your 7th house. So you will be having a lot of focus on your family life, partnership business. You want to do things where, you can attain that kind of security also. You want to do things which can lead to some, future planning, bigger picture, freedom, how you can just do for others, how you can make things, how you can improve things, improve the quality of life. All that you're going to be thinking about. You'll be enhancing the activities. You will be working on the relationships. Maybe there is some clash which was going on in the past 2 days. Now you're going to be sorting it out. Maybe there are certain people who will be coming home and they'll be having some kind of connect with you. So this is a week where you will be having a lot of energy to decide about your finances, about your other people's money, insurance, taxes, buying or selling of property. All these are on cards. Some loans on cards. Maybe you're going to be applying for some loans this week, and maybe you will be getting that sanctioned also. Don't worry, things are going to get better with Jupiter transiting your 8th house. If you're having some health issues, they're going to be taken care of, because Jupiter will give you the line of treatment now. What kind of treatment you want, what kind of treatment is required. You will be getting a good doctor, you'll be getting a good hospital, you'll be getting a good maybe a pathology lab, where you will get the test done properly and you will get the results well. Okay, so all that is quite likely this week. And then in the 8th house, when moon is on the 16th, 17th, 18th half day, first half, moon is going to be in Capricorn. So here, it's a Saturn and moon combination. Saturn is slowest and moon is the fastest. So the mind is actually jumpy all the time, thinking about things. So this Saturn is a sort of a taming energy. So whatever, you're thinking about, you're thinking about why people are not behaving the way I wish to, why people are not listening to me, why there is so much of chaos around me. So all those questions are going to be getting answered with this. So be receptive. Okay, this is a house of regeneration also. So whenever there is some kind of negative energy, just go in for some healing. Heal others, heal yourself, spend some time, alone time, and work on yourself. Look at the environment surrounding it around you. What is actually missing? What is it that you really need? Where the focus is required? Okay, so all those energies are going to be good. For education, this is a very good week in case you want to initiate something, because this energy of Jupiter is also going to be very powerful from the 5th house. Education, this transit of Jupiter and Saturn is in the 4th house. So definitely some overseas connect, some travels, some education, overseas education. That is something which is going to happen. Good for competitive success as well, in case you're sitting for exams. Health is good, is going to improve. Your financials are definitely going to be getting a little better, because your 11th lord is conjunct the fourth lord and the Lagnesh, that is Mercury. So Mars is transiting through your 4th house. So this will definitely bring about more finances through the property, real estate. So do that. In case you are thinking of making money through that, this is a good period. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, moon is going to be in your 5th, 6th, and 7th, and lastly the 8th house. So when moon is conjunct Ketu, it is suggested, that it is advised not to get into any kind of quarrel or any kind of fight with your partner, with your love partner in your relationship. Because what happens, you will make a wrong decision during this time. Your mind is not stable. This is actually the house of, intellect. So what happens when moon is there, your intellect doesn't work. It is like fluctuating. What happens, Ketu is also there, so it detaches you. So you will feel that why am I in this relationship? What am I doing in this relationship? Why the partner is not behaving the way I wish to? Why the partner, or maybe you, some revelations, which are made, and you feel, why did I get into this relationship? Or maybe, some ex comes into your life and you're feeling very restless during this time. So that is something which will actually trigger up during this week. So you should lie low for at least 13th, 12th, 13th. 12th is over, but 13th and 14th, beginning of the day, you will have these kind of energies. So you have to be really calm. You have to be composed. Very good for creative energies, spiritual pursuits, in case you want to. Very good for initiating of education also. Ganesha Virsarjan is also there in this week. So you should actually, if you want to initiate any kind of education, you should just chant Om Ganganapataya Namo Namaha. And that will really help you. If you can't do it regularly, do it at least twice a week, 108 times. It is definitely going to be very helpful for you. Also, you have moon transiting through your 6th house. So this is the time when you will feel quite meticulous. You'll be feeling quite charged up with energy, to do things, maybe to start a fitness regime. You're thinking of doing things from a long time. You're not able to completing the task. Your health and nutrition, that is something you're going to be actually experiencing during this time. The focus is there more. So maybe, emotional need for reviewing your herbs, medicines, visiting a physician. If you're a healer yourself, then you'll be contributing to somebody else's well-being, some health issues that the other person is going through. So you're going to be maybe healing that person. This is also true for small animals. 6th house relates to some connect with the small animals, maybe cats or dogs or pets. You're going to be getting typically, getting into that zone as well. In the 7th house, when moon is transiting, so your mood is very sensitive towards others. You feel that this is the going to be giving you that kind of intimate relationship. You're going to be having some kind of you can maybe go a little crazy about that partner. You can go a little more harmonious, or you might be getting very protective about that person that you're involved with. Or you meet somebody, maybe you come across somebody, or you propose to that person. You can be a little indecisive also, because this is a Libra sign, in the natural zodiac. So you feel that you are actually analyzing your feelings now. How do I really feel for that person? Okay, some realizations that you are going to get through. And also there is a lot of pathos. You feel that there is some pain that you go through, or maybe you're empathetic towards others. You feel that why this person is going through a lot, why this person is feeling so emotionally entangled and weak during this time. You will feel that. Okay. In the 8th house energy is like, giving you too much of, desires, too much of anxiety. You feel that people are not understanding you, some unreasonable exclusion of everyone. And you feel that there is some detachment from your loved ones. You feel that. Or maybe, you're very obsessed with your relationship, with finances, other people's money. You're thinking about growth. You're thinking about emotionally about all these things. So use that depth of healing, that, self-healing, that everybody has that, when moon is transiting through the 8th house. So that healing energy, you have to actually look for yourself. What is it that, you can get through, get into and get through with it. Okay. So Jupiter is going to be transiting back. So I've made the video. Please go back and watch that video. It's a very important video and a very elaborately done. So once you will get to know about Jupiter's transit here, you will find that this is definitely a very positive transit, because Jupiter exalts in your 1st house and debilitates, though looking at the 1st house. So it will balance out lot many things, whatever you were going through. Some healing process is going to start now. That's definitely going to be there. In case you're thinking of growth, making money, investments, all that is also going to happen, which is going to start from this week onwards. Rahu is also going to be in from Rohini Nakshatra moving backwards to Kritika Nakshatra. So again, which is very positive and dependent upon Sun's movement. I will be making a separate video of the same. So very good for financial growth, for investments also, in case you want to go in for that. Also, Saturn is looking at Venus. So there can be some new relationship, but with some delay, some hiccups, because Venus is partner, Venus is happiness, luxury, romance. Venus is Digbali here, and it is forming a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga. Saturn is also forming a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga. So as you can see, Sas Yoga is also there. So both the planets are very strong. Earth signs are very active. So you will feel that you're inclined towards making a lot of wealth, accumulating wealth, relationships, building on your businesses and building on your relationship is the key to your happiness. So you have to have that kind of cordiality with people, and this will definitely be happening this week. From this week onwards, definitely things are going to be changing towards better. And Sun is also going to be transiting your third house this week, so which is again a very positive place for the Sun. Sun is happy here because you get a lot of courage to do things. You get a lot of clarity to do things. Even Mars is there. So I feel that this is for Cancer natives, this week is the triggering point towards things getting better for you. Okay, so enjoy. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. So for Leo natives, Moon is going to be in your 4th, 5th, and 6th. Lastly, the 7th house for a day. So from the 12th, 13th, in fact, not 12th, 13th, if we consider. So 12th and 13th, Moon is going to be in the Scorpio sign, then Sagittarius, and on the 14th, 15th, and then 16th, 17th, 18th, and the half day in Capricorn in your 6th house, and lastly, then on the 19th in the Aquarius sign. So when Moon is in the 4th house, so this is its own zone. So debilitation, being a debilitation sign, it is not going to be giving that kind of impact of debility. Why? Because Moon is very happy and Digbali here. Being in Rahu Ketu axis, there can be some detachment with the family, or maybe you're not able to spend more time with the family. But Moon coming here triggers those emotions. Why am I'm not spending time with my family? Or maybe you're going away from your people. You're going to work somewhere else. You're leaving your people and going. So that also can happen. Rahu is alien. Rahu is a place where you'll be working, will be somewhere away from, or people are different. The culture is different where you work, or it could be an MNC also where you're working. So maybe with this kind of a transit, you're going to be moving out of the place where you are. So this is quite likely, and you're not. But Moon coming here, you want to have that kind of connect with your people, with your family, doing the home decor, some change which you're anticipating coming your way, or maybe getting connected with your childhood friends is also quite likely with Moon in the 4th house. 4th house also gives you a lot of initiation, or maybe inclination towards education. You want to initiate some subjects, you want to study more, you want to go in for some higher learning, higher education. All that is also quite likely. That inclination is there, and deep research kind of a learning, because it's the Scorpio sign after all. Moon will be transiting your 5th house. Very good for getting into that creative pursuits. You want to do something for investments, you can do that. Take the advice of the people around you who are mature enough, or somebody who is skillful, who's into these investments. Somebody who is involved in our investors, who are advisors. Take their help rather than getting into that mode of investing and then losing a lot of money. There's no point doing that, right? So take advice, take help, and then you'll be definitely feeling comfortable with your financials. Also, Mercury is well cushioned because it is the lord of 11th and the 2nd. So wealth definitely is coming your way, some job coming your way, some change coming your way. In case there is, you should grab it, at the first place, grab it. It's definitely positive. The Sun is also your Lagnation, transiting through your 1st house and will be leaving towards the 2nd house. So this is the time when you will be having a lot of future prospects, growth prospects. Okay. And Then Moon will be transiting through the 6th house. Jupiter is also going to be there. Saturn is going to be there as well. So this will give you a lot of health, wherever you were having some problems. So this will give you good health, because Jupiter is also going to be there. So it will give you big problems, but at the same time, the health issues which will be taken care of also at the same time, with Jupiter's transiting through there. So you should actually, going to a physician, starting any kind of care, or any kind of medical help, that assistance that you need, all that is going to be there. You're going to be meticulously planning your week. You'll be organizing yourself, health, nutrition, diet, workouts. All these are the highlights when Moon is in the 6th house. If you have given some loans to somebody, maybe you will be getting that back. If you have already, if you're under the debts, you'll be able to pay off with Jupiter transiting through this zone. We have to be thinking practically also, of course. Also, Moon will be transiting your 7th house by the end of the week. So that's the time when you will be having a lot of connect with the outside world. People will be talking to you, discussing things with you. You will be having a lot of meticulous planning, which will be there. When you have to go in for some heavy investments, what do? You can't do it in overnight, right? So you will be planning all that. You'll be taking help of your people around you, and you'll be actually doing all those things as well. So this is the week where you will be having a lot of connect with your partner, with physically, some interaction with the people, short journeys. Also, you will be having some kind of new relationship, maybe coming your way, or maybe culminating into a permanent kind of a relationship. So you should go ahead with it, I would say, in case you have to. And education wise also, very positive week. Please chant Om Gam Ganpataye Namo Namaha 408 times a week if you can't do it every day. So do it at least once or twice in a week. So that will definitely take care of many things, I'm sure. Do it 108 times whenever you sit for doing that chant. Om Gam Ganpataye Namo Namaha. Okay. Coming to the Virgo sign. So for Virgo natives, Mercury is exalted in your 1st house, which is definitely a very positive transit for you. Moon is going to be in your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and lastly the 6th house. So this is the time when you will be having some kind of interaction with people, communication. You will be having some innovative ideas. You're quite imaginative. You're very spiritually inclined also. You want to travel for gaining some kind of gains, something which is going to be very positive for maybe, clients, or maybe you'll be meeting some delegates. So all that is quite likely this week. In case you have to plan everything, just give some time to others also to speak. Actually, you will be involved in interactions this week for sure. With Ketu and Moon combination, you feel quite sarcastic also. You can be very sarcastic. Your curiosity can be high, and you find that you want to spend more time with people who give you impart their knowledge. Basically, you want to get into those kinds of you want to get into learning. Basically, you want to be with people who are giving you some kind of something which is giving you some positive energy, not that you are just doing things for doing things. Okay, you want to meet people, and you want to get some kind of attain some kind of energy, positive energy. You want to learn somebody who imparts their knowledge. You want to meet those kind of people. You will be interactive with your neighbors. You will be interacting with your siblings, or maybe there is some kind of tiff also, which can lead to bigger fights later. So that is also quite likely. In the 4th house, of course, you feel that you are going to be at home. You want to be at home. You want to do things at home. You want to stay connected with your family. And also, Ketu and Saturn are, hemming this zone. So you feel that, because Moon will be hemmed between two malefics. So you are confined. This is the Bandhan Yoga. So what happens, since this is there, you feel that you are tied up. You're too tied up, or maybe there's too much of workload, there's too much of work pressure, or maybe, you are just confined to your own home. So you want to just break free. So just give it some time. Things will get better with Saturn getting direct. Things will get better for sure. But you are already having a very good transit of Mercury over your first house, so you don't have to worry. Though it is with the 8th house, don't worry about that also, because Mars is, having this Mercury conjunct this, and Mars is combust also, so it's losing its potency to give the bad results. But yes, you have to be very careful. You have to watch your words. You have to be careful about hurting others. You can go, overboard in your speech, and it can lead to some, interaction issues also. But yes, Venus is in your second house, and that's very positive. Saturn is also aspecting your second house, so definitely some financial growth I can see. You are getting good finances also. At the same time, savings you're not able to make, because you're getting good financials, they're just money is flowing out at the same time, so that you have to take care of. Sweet tooth, definitely you're having a lot of sweets, so make sure either it's going to be sweets or totally contrasts, something very sour. You can have either of these two. You're really having that kind of inclination suddenly. Okay, take care of your stomach region. There can be some digestive issues, dental issues also. So just take care of all those energies, but you'll be definitely able to sail through that, because Mercury, the Lagnesh, is in very good dignity. It is forming the Bhadra Yoga, also the Pancha Mahavarusha Yoga. Also, Jupiter is going to be here in your 5th house, so weight gain. That's the first thing I want to forewarn you for. So take care of your weight. Do not eat anything which leads to some kind of weight gain, which leads to some oily or greasy foods and sweets. All these are supposed to be actually avoided in case you don't want to gain weight. Some people do want to gain weight, they feel that why am I not gaining weight? So for them, it's a good transit. But of course, very good transit to get into any kind of person, and you want to meet somebody, propose to that person. That is a very good time, because Venus is in good dignity. So Libra sign is active. Also, Moon is going to be transiting these zones of 5th house, 11, and 6th house also. So good for formulating your regime, your diet, maybe going in for some treatment, some medical treatment which is required. So you will be doing all those things during this week. In case you want to initiate any kind of education, Jupiter is also going to be transiting your 5th house. Very positive for student natives. Competitive success is on cards. In case you want to go in for some subjects you want to select, you can elect them now. And if you want to go in for some higher education, that is also quite likely. Definitely a very positive week. Sun is also going to be leaving your 12th house, and it's going to be transiting your first. Very positive for you. Rahu is leaving Rohini Nakshatra and moving into Kritika Nakshatra this week. So again, from the 19th onwards, it's a very positive transit. Why? Because Sun is actually our soul. And in Kritika Nakshatra, it is like, you will be discarding the things which you don't need, or the people you don't need in your life. You will be getting to know who's who and what is required in your life. So definitely a very positive week for you. Okay. Do the chant Om Ganganapataye Namo Namaha for 108 times every day. If you can't do it every day, at least 2 to 3 times a week, you should do. If you can't do it regularly, at least once in a week on Wednesdays, you should chant this chant 108 times. Please do that, and you will definitely feel better. I have lots and lots of remedies I do give to my clients. In case you wish to, you should book a reading for the personalized remedies, because these are general remedies, and I do give the chants because I've done the chants myself and I can donate the chants. I always say that to my clients also, and to you audience also, because you should not be doing chants until unless it's given by somebody, because you can chant it wrongly, or maybe there is something which actually won't help you get the results, the kind of results you should get. It's not that it's going to be zero completely. No, I'm not saying that. But you should actually chant. Whenever you're chanting, you should actually, there is a posture, there is the sound, the how you chant, these things are supposed to be given by somebody. It's better that you do that, because on the YouTube you will find n number of chants. There are some mantras, there are some chants which are just playing. You just play it in the morning, and it's just going on. Mahamrityunjay especially, you should not be doing those heavy chants like that. You should not be hearing those chants like that, because we have chakras. So what happens? We open the chakras. When we open the chakras, do we know how to close the chakras? No, not everybody knows that. But we should be learned. We should be educated ourselves how we can do that. So for that, of course, there are certain courses which are done, and we, of course, we all should be doing all those sides of those sorts of courses, and then attain that kind of vidya, and be a siddha, and then donate the chance. So this is this is something I wanted to share with you, because it's the sixth sign I've done. So I wanted to give you this, because somebody said that even if nobody is giving us a chant, so is it okay if we chant it? Do we get no results? It's not like that. Whatever you chant from your heart, it is going to definitely work. But there is a procedure. These are all sounds to the cosmics, right? So we must do it in a proper way. There is a way of doing everything, right? That because everything, if you see in the Brahman, in the universe, everything is so meticulously done. There must be somebody who is doing it, right? Somebody who is actually designing all this. So why go beyond those and not do things in an organized manner? Okay, which is the chant that you are supposed to do, your personal chant, personalized chant. Do that. Don't go in for the regular, common, and chants which are available elsewhere. Never do those things. It can actually spoil the significations of the planet, which is giving you some other result, okay, or maybe some positive result. So it can impact you. That's the reason. All right, moving further on to the Libra sign. So for Libra natives, this moon is going to be transiting your second, third, fourth, fifth houses this week. So what will happen here in the second house? You feel that you want to be with your family. You want to go out for dinner with your family, maybe, or you meet somebody and you want to date that person to start with. Ketu is there, so the financials are fluctuating. You feel lack of satisfaction. Maybe you feel that people are around you are not understanding you. These are all Ketu-ish, energies. But with Moon going there, in debility, it will be like making you more emotional about the people around you. Maybe you're emotional about finances. You're emotional about your food. Anything that you get to eat, you feel that there is no lack of satisfaction. You're eating something, you're thinking about something else. So that actually leads to some kind of dissatisfaction with Ketu energy there, and Moon in debility. So with Mars also in the 12th house, so late, eating late, or untimely meals, or maybe at times you have to go without meals also. Maybe you're very busy, maybe there is some litigation, some court case going on, for example, or maybe you're not having some health issues, or you're attending to a person in the hospital, your own family member, and you're not able to eat on time. So any of these things can happen. So you are maybe you're studying and you're not able to focus on food. You're just focused on completing your subjects, your course. So all that is because of these kind of planets. But you have Venus in dignity, because Venus is over your first house, so it will balance things out a lot. It's not that compulsory that it is going to be giving you bad results only, but definitely there will be some impact of these planets transiting over your natal chart. So for yourself, you have to take care of your speech this week. Maybe you can go a little rough with people. You can have some kind of clashes with your siblings, with your neighbors, with your classmates, or they can be that your communication, there's a misunderstanding which causes a lot of delays in completion of the task you were supposed to do at the place of work. Okay, so you have to actually streamline everything, and you have to be very, very organized and very careful in your speech. What do you convey? Maybe there is some travel on cards. Maybe you're going to be meeting somebody while traveling, or there is that you get some good, what do you call, some important task which was assigned to you gets completed. Okay, so that is also quite likely this week. You will be having some kind of home comfort. You want to be in the home. You want to be at home. You want to spend that in that home environment. By the 16th, 17th, 18th, you want to be at peace, at leisure, or maybe you're forced to do that because you are confined, you're home confined, you have some breakage in the house and you have to repair it. You have to get it repaired, or maybe some new place you are moving out to. So that is also quite likely. With Saturn there and Jupiter also transiting, maybe you're disposing of this house and you're going to be buying a new place and you're moving. That is also quite likely. Siblings might be traveling away from you. They're going to be going somewhere, and you're feeling quite emotional about that. Moon will be transiting through your fifth house. Lastly, you're very emotional about, Moon is emotion. So you are emotional about your friend, your partner, your lover, your beloved this week, or maybe there is a very sound connect with that person, physical connect also is quite likely with Venus over your first house. So this definitely is the week where you will be having a lot of energy towards your education. You're focusing on growth, and you're focusing on changing the place. Some new changes coming your way for sure, with Jupiter is leaving the zone and going back to your fourth house zone. So this definitely is going to be bringing about some positive energy, overall positive energy. Health is going to be improving. Any kind of initiation of a medical treatment is quite likely. Connect with your mother. This is going to give you a lot of energy and positive energy from that. Optimism is going to be pretty heightened. Also chant Om Ganganapataye Namo Namaha for 108 times. I've told everybody, because that's a chant that I can easily give you, and I have told you why you should not be chanting. So please rehear the I have mentioned in the timestamp how you should be chanting and why you should not be chanting every chant. So understand that as well. It's very important. And Sun will be changing signs this week. I'll be making a video of the same. And Rahu is also going to be changing nakshatra, so which is very, very important, a huge transformational energy, because Rahu is in the 8th house. So in case you're having any kind of health issues, Rahu transiting through Sun's nakshatra definitely is going to be a nurturing one, and you're going to be feeling better, and it's going to cut off all the negative energy from your life, and you will rise and shine for sure. Okay, so this week is a very positive week, I would say. It's just that you have to take care of your financials. You don't have to be too emotional about certain things, about your finances, about your family. Too emotional and making wrong decisions because of that. Don't do that. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, Moon is going to be in your first, second, third, and fourth houses this week. And to start with, Moon is going to be in debility, that is over your first house. So you're very, very emotional about yourself, about your looks, about your people around you, how you feel about people. People are not listening to you, maybe, and you're getting very jittery about that. Maybe you're detaching yourself. No, that's it. I don't want any kind of connect with anybody. You want to just seclude yourself. You want to just close yourself. So that is also the energy that you will be feeling. Those kinds of vibes you will be feeling in this beginning of the week. But don't worry, things are not that bad. Yeah, these are actually, this Scorpio sign is a very deep sign. Most misunderstood sign, as I always say. So what happens, you people are misunderstood for one reason, that, you don't speak much. You keep things to yourself. So what happens, people think that, this person is too pricey, this person is acting too funny or detached, or sometimes, and with Ketu energy, you might be feeling that too much. But it's a very good energy to introspect, because Ketu is very spiritual. It detaches you from the things that you've already achieved. So what happens, you are actually getting that kind of satisfaction. In the 12th house, first house, these are, the Ketu's placement detaches you from yourself also, and from others as well. So detaching you from yourself means that you are very satisfied in life. You feel that, no, that's it. I don't need anything much. So that is something, which is this Ketu-ish energy in the first house. Moon will be transiting through your second house. So this also is having some kind of Ketu influence, Saturn influence also. So you are very restricted in your finances. You're restricting yourself, confining yourself in your with your family, or maybe you are having some mindset, which is leading to some issues with your family members. You're not too, you're not getting that kind of connect with the people around you the way you wish to. Of course, you are not able to. And the financials, you feel that there is some restriction, there is something that is missing, there is something that you want to do but you're not able to. So all that, that growth is getting stagnant right now. Do the chant Om Ganganpataye Namo Namaha. I always tell this chant. Why? Because it's a very powerful chant, and I have done it already so many times. So I can assure you, this is going to give you that kind of positive energy also to you. So do this chant, and 108 times every day. If not every day, at least you should do it on Tuesdays as well as on Thursdays. It is definitely going to give you abundantly. Moon is going to be in your third house. Saturn is good here, and Jupiter is also going to be transiting the zone, with Moon being there as well. So there is a lot of energy in communicating with people, but you're very organized. Saturn being there gives you a lot of energy, but at the same time, it levels you up. That makes you a level-headed person. You want to do things in a very proper manner. You channelize your energy in a very proper manner when Saturn is there. Your communication is your verbal communication, your communication as in documentation also, as in like making an app also. Maybe you're making an app, but it is so meticulously done. So it's a free-flowing thing. So that is something, you should enhance, you should encash on that when Moon is transiting through the zone, with Saturn and Jupiter being there as well. So very good time to get communication, that gap which is there, filled up. So enjoy this transit. Then Moon is lastly going to be in your Aquarius sign, in your fourth house. You feel that the need to be at home. You feel that you want to spend more time with your family. You want to connect with the people towards the end of the week. You feel that you are now this is the time to relax. Or maybe some childhood friend comes and meets you and you're very overwhelmed. You feel very comfortable with that person. You instantly have that connect because that person is from the past coming your way. So all that is quite likely. Initiation of some learning, education is also quite possible with Moon transiting through your fourth house. In case you have to start anything new, you should be doing when Moon is in the fourth house. It's definitely very positive. And health-wise also, litigation-wise also, I would suggest not to get into any kind of litigation that can lead to stress, and that can be a vicious cycle that you can get caught up in. Not a good time for litigation. Mars is looking at the zone, no? It's its own zone. Mars is in the 11th house, which is positive, which is definitely positive for investments, but at the same time, not good for litigation. In case you want to buy some property or something, then you can do that as well during this week. Very positive time. And some kind of detachment, of course, is visible with your partner and your children, quite likely. Maybe your children are going to be going and studying somewhere else, from the place where you live. So that is also causing some kind of separation, okay, quite likely. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 12th, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd house lastly this week. So we do have quite a lot of transit position changing this week. Jupiter is changing signs. Jupiter is going back to second house of yours. Sun is going to be transiting towards your 10th house, which is again a very positive transit. So I feel that this is a very positive week for you for a couple of reasons, because Sun is a very positive graha. It was already in a positive place. Your luck was by your side for sure. I don't see any negatives happening because of Sun's transit, because Sun stays in a particular sign for 1 month. So it leads to a lot of willpower. You do have that willpower, which is keeping you moving, which is keeping you going. So again, it is very, very positive, when you have that will to do things. with the passion to do things. And Mars, as it is Digbali here. You are very, intellectually inclined. You're making logical decisions at the place of work. Also, with Moon transiting through your 12th house, it will give you a lot of connect with the foreigners work-wise, but it will give you some emotional, introvertedness. You will not be liking to be more towards being communicative, being vocal about things. So you're going to be quite confined to yourself, but very good for forming a connectivity with the foreigners at the place of work, of course, if there is any kind of connect, because your 12th lord and your 10th lord are forming a connectivity in the Kendra. So again, there is a Pancha Mahavarusha Yoga also. So definitely very positive for making some kind of arrangement where there is growth prospects. Meeting with influential people is quite likely. Making financial growth. This is the time. Investments, very good. Health. You're going to be enhancing your health. You're going to be meeting people who are going to be helping you, that counseling that you need. You're going to be needing this week. Some psychiatric treatment or some astrological help that you need, you will be actually focusing on that as well. Travels, if at all you have to travel, you will be planning all that as well. Go ahead with it. As it is, you're a traveler, you don't feel like being in one place. You want to just be free, but you're confined because of Saturn and Ketu in the 2 and 12 axis. They're in the second house and the 12th house. So this is actually the reason because of which this sign in the natural zodiac is also it's restricting from travels. That is why the travels are not happening. And also Ketu is looking at the in the natural zodiac the sign Pisces. So that is the reason travels are not that the way the travels used to be earlier times when it was not COVID times. So we used to travel, with ease. We used to enjoy. We used to go out for vacations. So all that is not happening because the Sagittarius and the Pisces sign ruled by Jupiter are actually in affliction. Okay. And Jupiter also is going to be in debility. That is the reason, we all are anticipating the third wave across the globe, because Jupiter going towards the sign of debility can lead to that. And Mars is also one of the reasons. Mars is our immunity level. So I think Mars is definitely going to give us immunity. It is going to be giving us good health. So not to worry. And Sun is also in good dignity. So we should see the positives, and in earthy signs, planets are there, Saturn is there, Mars is there, and Rahu is also there. So these are also the malefic influences on the earthy sign. So people are going to be becoming very, very money-minded because it's the Artha Trikona which is getting active after all. So economically, yes, we are on an all-time low. So it will just pick up gradually with Jupiter's transiting through the Capricorn sign. So not to worry. So this was a general discussion, but yes, definitely a very positive week for you in case you have to form a connectivity, form a communication with people. So you can do that only when Moon is transiting your third house. All right. Any kind of documentation if you have to do. Otherwise, it's a very positive week for you for making financial decisions, for education also, and also for competition if you want to sit for some exam or something, or initiation of some education. So very positive. But yes, you can have some problems in your travels. They can be a little cumbersome. So you have to plan them well. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn natives, Saturn and Jupiter are going to be conjunct soon in your first house, and Moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th, first, and lastly the second house. So this will give you a lot of innovative energies. Maybe you are already into some app or some designing, some web designing or something to do with some innovation. Some ideas are coming your way. If you're an engineer especially, you have that. If you have that research oriented mindset, you're going to be actually bringing about some new things in your life. Moon will be transiting through your 12th house. So that will be giving you some detachment with your people around you. Maybe you are confined to a particular place. You want to isolate yourself. You want to actually introspect things, how to actually, work on things which you have not been able to, the undercurrents. So all that is gets triggered up when moon is in your 12th house. And travels, of course, travels can, maybe you're traveling mentally, you're dreaming too much about water, or something to do with you're traveling to a place which is having a water body around. So that is also quite likely with moon in the 12th house transit. Also, you will feel detached with your friends this week. You will not be able to discuss finances with your advisors, with your investors. Maybe you're feeling that they're hiding something. Some revelations definitely are going to be made this week in your relationship. Also, some guru you will come across, and that guru will be guiding you through, spiritual guru. Then moon will be in your first house. Saturn and Jupiter are also there. Moon is also going to be joining. So there's a lot of energy on your first house, positive energy, I would say. This is the time when you should actually initiate whatever you have not been able to. Go in for that. Be a go-getter. Your mind is a jumpy mind. You're thinking too much negative about people, but this energy is being tamed with Saturn and Jupiterian energies. So you're going to be thinking all positive things. You're going to get connected with your children. You're thinking about growth. You're thinking about travels. You're thinking about education. You're thinking about learning skills, higher learning, learning a language. Maybe you're already thinking of doing that. Okay, so this week is very positive for health point of view. If you ask me, during the fag end of the week, especially, you will be eating right. If you're not able to, from last few days, you've not been eating well, you've not been getting time to eat the on-time meals, so you will definitely, by the end of the week, forming that kind of meticulous regime where you will be organized and you will not be procrastinating. All right, so that is something which is going to happen. And Sun is also going to be coming out of your 8th house. This 1 month is not that great, when Sun is transiting the 8th house, remember. So for especially, Saturn ruled signs. Also, Venus is your Yoga Karagraha, and it is transiting through your 10th house. It's forming a Panchama Purusha Yoga. Saturn is forming a Panchama Purusha Yoga. So, and there is a lot of planets in the earth sign. So this is definitely going to be bringing about some growth prospects in your life. Maybe some female counterparts you come across, and they help you with work, and you make certain decisions which are definitely going to be very positive, and you're going to be changing your job profile. Maybe you're going to be getting into the designing work, some artistic bent of mind you're having already. So you're going to be actually doing those kinds of, creative energies, very positive for you. Okay, chant Om Ganganapataye Namo Namaha at least once in a week. If you can't do it, the whole every day, so do it at least once in a week on a Saturday. It'll definitely help you enhance those positive energies in you. They are already there, latent, but you have to bring them out. So these chants actually help you bring those energies, empower yourself. So that is why the chants work so well. Okay. Coming to Aquarius. So for Aquarius natives, moon is going to be transiting your 10th, 11th, 12th, and lastly the first house. So this week we have Ganesha Virsarjan also. So you should, firstly, I would tell you that you should chant Om Gangan Patahe Namo Namaha 108 times every day. If not every day, at least once in a week on Saturdays. If you can do it on Wednesdays, it'll be great. Wednesdays and Saturdays, perfect. If you can do it regularly, more than perfect. Okay, so that's something that you should be focusing on. Also, there is a lot of energy you will be feeling at the place of work this week to start with. Maybe you will have some encounters with people who are not working at at the place of work, or you're just not finding them doing ethical jobs, and you're going to be having some kind of tiff. You're going to be having some kind of energy which actually detaches you from them, or you feel that why they are doing that. You feel quite uncomfortable because you are very ethical yourself, and you feel that people should be performing that way. You feel that way, but maybe there is something more to it. You feel detached. You feel that uneasiness at the place of work. So all those energies are definitely going to be there to start with. Then they will just mellow down. You will be very creative this week. You'll be forming a connect with your friends. You'll be investing somewhere, and you'll be making good time money also. Definitely depending on your personal chart, where the moon is transiting, how the nakshatras are placed from that moon, how moon is placed from your moon, other planets. lot many things to be seen. It's just a very tiny bit that I'm covering, and that also is matching up a lot, as I get in the comment sections. Even if I'm not able to respond, I do read the comments. I'm so sorry if I'm not able to respond on time. So what happens, you have to check so many parameters and then land up to the predictions. But here Moon is going to be in, on the face of it, it's going to be giving these kind of results. So in case you have to go in for investments, you should be doing it when Moon is in Sagittarius on the 14th, 15th. Meet an advisor, take advice, take some counseling, so that you are able to do the right way. And then Moon will be in your 12th house, and that is going to be from the 16th, 17th, and 18th half day. And maybe some delegation coming your way, some overseas clientele, some overseas connect. That's quite likely. You might have some kind of uneasiness also, during this time, because 12th house transit gives you either health issues, imprisonment, or some kind of hospitalization. So, or you're just a poet yourself and you're just secluding yourself. I want to just write today. I want to just, maintain a journal. You want to just write pages and pages, you want to just pour your heart out. So that is when Moon is transiting your 12th house. Jupiter is also going to be joining the zone. Backwards, it's moving. So that is the time when you will be feeling these kinds of energies, even more. Maybe, you will be getting connected with your own self, meditative. You will be feeling rejuvenation is required. You will be feeling, I want to just reinvigorate. All those terms are actually the highlights when Moon is in the 12th house. Then Moon transits through your first house. So that's the time when you'll be very emotional about yourself, about your looks, about your, self-care. You're very particular about yourself, about things, which give you pleasure. So, or maybe you will be very compassionate towards people. When you see somebody, you feel like crying, you're very overwhelmed meeting people, and you will be like, why this person is going through a lot, why that compassion. So all those energies are pretty heightened when Moon transits through your first house. That's going to be happening on the 19th and onwards. So you have to be extra, careful when you're too emotional about when Moon is in the first house. Don't make any decisions which actually, are led by your emotions and not by your practical thinking. Because I'm a very practical astrologer, as you all know. I do things which actually are very important, and the spheres of life which are very important. That's why I cover all those, particular points. So very good for your education purpose. In case you have to initiate any kind of education, you have to travel, for overseas learnings and, enhancing your skills and stuff. So this week is definitely very positive for that reason as well. Then Moon is going to be transiting your, first house at that time, and Mars and Mercury are in your 8th house. Venus is well positioned. Your Yoga Karagraha, your luck is in your favor. When Venus is in your 9th house, Saturn is looking here, your Lagnesh. So it is actually boosting those energies, in relationships, in your investments, with the finances, if you're looking for your creative abilities, your eye for the beauty, maybe you're going in for some beauty treatment with Venus transiting through this zone. It's out of the 8th house, so definitely very positive time. So in case you have to go in for some cosmetic thing, you can go in for that as well. Om Ganganpataye Namo Namah, as I said, you have to do that chant once in a week, okay? If not every day. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. For Pisces natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th houses this week. And we have Jupiter transiting back to Capricorn from your 12th house. So this is definitely a positive one, because your Lagnesh is transiting your 11th house. Even if it is in debility, it is like fulfillment of desires. Jupiter is not desirous. That is why, it debilitates in the 11th house of its own sign. So Ketu is also looking here. Saturn is also looking here, your first house. A lot of energy, a lot of maleficence attached to the first house, your Lagna. So I feel that, there is some power, some strange kind of an energy which is there, which is a protecting kind of an energy which you are having, some nurturing kind of energies also. So just maintain your cool this week. That is the major highlight of the week. Don't lose your temper. You have that tendency to lose the temper. You should actually go in for some spiritual pursuits. You should learn some new language, some new skills you should actually go in for when Moon is in the eighth house, ninth house in the eighth sign with Ketu. So you should go in for some research kind of a work. Maybe you're going to be doing some papers, you're going to be filing the papers, PhD you're pursuing, so you're doing that. So all those energies are pretty heightened. Some travel plans you're making, maybe they will not culminate now, but definitely you're going to be making those travel plans. You're thinking about growth, you're thinking about change of job. You are confined to this particular place where you don't feel like, working, but, this will give you an opportunity also. Give it some time, things will definitely improve. You will be getting connected with your friends, your family. You will be actually doing things which actually enhance your caliber, your creative energies, meeting influential people, politicians, or maybe something which is on cards this week. So the only thing that I want to say is, do not feel too detached from your own people. You don't seclude yourself. Don't lose your cool, don't lose your temper when you're with your own people. What happens, you're very frustrated and you're taking out that energy and venting it out onto your own people. So what happens, they are also not actually able to take it any longer. They're getting hurt. You're actually saying hurtful things to them. So you have to actually streamline that. You have to work on those things, that you do not get carried away. All right. Otherwise, I feel that this is a very positive week for A, Jupiter, your Lagnesh is in dignity. B, Mercury is forming a Bhadra Yoga, that is a Panchamahaburusha Yoga in the Kendra, as you can see in the seventh house. Very good for your relationships, improvement in relationship. Of course, Mars is there. Of course, it's combust, thankfully. So it is definitely not, it's giving you that anger. At times you're not able to vent it out, so it is like an outburst of emotion suddenly. Chant Om Gangan Pataye Namo Namah for 108 times every day. If you can't do it every day, at least on Thursdays you should do, on Sundays you should do, so that your all those negative energies are taken care of. Okay, otherwise it's a good week for you to start with also, and by the end of the week you will feel a little secluded. You want to spend alone time, you're too tired, maybe you want to take some rest, or maybe you're going in for some to the hospital for some checkups or some medical treatment you're going to be taking. Good time for student natives, very good time for health. Sun is in your sixth house and then will be moving into the seventh, not bad. And not a good time for litigation, in case you're thinking of filing some suit or some kind of already, there is some legality attached to your, case. So this is definitely going to be a loss for you. So do not get into it. For property matters, you will be getting some relief because your fourth lord is with Mars. Mars is the significator for property, real estate. So very good time if you are a real estate agent also. Okay. So that's it for all the 12 zodiac signs, and I hope you all have enjoyed the predictions. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and do write in the comment section what is it that confuses you and what is it that you want me to add. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.